And we're back. And the way I do plan on structuring all these weekend playthroughs is that I am going to just just play them all in one day and, one at a time. But I am going to reset the recording and, just pick certain points in order to cut off the parts, because I don't really want to make an hour-long video about this game, and also I feel like cutting off the footage, not cutting off, but resetting the footage, so to say, is just an easy way to just deal with, so that I don't get a bunch of slowdown or a bunch of lag, or the video file doesn't get too big or any of those things, and then just cut them off into parts. That's just really the easy way to do it, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from this pit just because I don't really feel like having a cheap death here. Fortunately, the cheap deaths do go both ways, because you can actually throw them in the pit, and then I think you only get 1 point of experience, but then again, it is an easy way just to clear out enemies, such as this annoying knife-throwing guy. And also, as far as my plans go, since the holidays are over, well, almost, I do plan on recording some PS1 games, and then also I do plan on, I guess, getting Dick Tracy done soon. I'm still up to Case 5 when it comes to recording that, but with enough practice I should be able to beat Case 5. But it is definitely a lot harder than the other ones. That is just the one thing that, comes with a territory. And I don't need to be getting kicked in the face here. But then, really the easy way to deal with these guys is just to keep them all on one side. That's really the general rule with any beat 'em up. But that's just kind of the way this thing goes. Or, of course, the Ninja Turtles way, which is just jump kick to win. Even though they did make the jump kick just as strong in the Manhattan Project, it, I guess more enemies had, the answer to it. Or more enemies were able to counter it. Because I even remember that, I think Toka was one of the bosses that even has a shield that if you try and jump kick, he'll just raise his shield and then you won't be able to hit him. I forget though. But I really love the music in this place. I think either this one or Stage 4 is my favorite track in the game. And I might end up dying here, but fortunately dying isn't that big a deal in this game. You do get a limited number of continues, but I think you should be able to make it through this. With any luck I will be able to make it through this, but I haven't played this game in a while. But then again, this game is a lot easier than most beat-em-ups. But the good thing is most beat-em-ups should be short just to stop them from getting redundant. But then again, the good thing about this particular game is that it is short, and also it is just the kind of game that's a lot more relaxing than it is stressful. And I think, yeah, see, I might actually end up doing well, actually, I don't know if I'm going to do that anytime soon, but a blind playthrough of Streets of Rage might be a good thing. And also just getting some more power-ups, because power-ups are always good. But I do like the Shuriken, just because you can just deal with enemies from far away. That's just one of the easy ways to go about doing this. Alright, let's just handle it this way. Although that is one thing that's kind of annoying about this game, is that the enemies can sometimes off-screen themselves. Yeah, that's just my phone ringing. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that, just the phone rings, and that's just kind of the way it goes. Let's see, where was I with I mean, I was just saying stuff about just how to take care of some of these bad guys, but fortunately this game is simple enough that once you get into a pretty easy pattern, it's pretty easy to just go off that pattern for the rest of the game. And then we get to meet one of the toughest bosses in the original Final Fight, and that's going to be Abigail. And the way I am going to handle him is I'm going to have to wait for him for his face to turn red, and then that's when he's going to charge in, and then that's when you have to get your shots in. And that really is an easy way to do this, because you don't want this guy, or you don't want to try and rush in and take this guy on. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of waiting, but at the end of the day, this is just the way it has to be done. And I am going to try and do the combinations that do the most amount of damage. And then occasionally just jump kick him just to get him off. Just because you really don't want this guy cornering you. So let's see, yeah, that's really that. Oh, damn it. That's also the problem with using this strategy, is when he does nail you with that punch, does a lot of damage. Because I remember this guy giving me all kinds of fits when I played the original, or I mean the GBA Final Fight. Let's just go this way. Is that, yeah, even though it's a big swing and it's easy to avoid, still does a ton of damage when it hits you. Well, at least that's the end of round 3, and fortunately I haven't lost any lives yet. Okay, now we're ready to start round 4, and this is actually my favorite track in the game. But yeah, that phone call kind of threw me out of whack with my commentary, but that should be alright now. Let's see, I don't really remember like how to handle this particular part, but I mean, it is just a bunch of bad guys, so should be simple enough. I think the thing I didn't remember was who the boss of this place was, but now it just came back to me. Yeah, you kind of want to take care of those stupid jabbing guys as fast as you can. Just because they're a lot more annoying in this game than they were in the first Final Fight. Or I should say the original, because more or less this game is a remake. But I mean, the good news about getting past everything is that, I mean, like I said before, once you find a pattern, it's easy to stick with it the whole way. So let's see, what we need to do here is just take care of some more bad guys, and really that is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do a Let's Play of a beat 'em up, because you know, it's kind of hard to talk about, you know, just beating up bad guys, and it is also kind of hard just trying to keep the same energy throughout the whole thing. I mean, that has been one of my problems, is just staying consistent throughout the series. I mean, I have been getting better at it, but at the end of the day, still something I can improve upon. Let's see, where were we? I'm just kneeing this guy. Also, the faces that some of these guys make whenever they get hit are a lot more cartoonish. And really the easy way to do this is you just want to throw these guys off. And even though you don't get as much experience, it is still, you know, worth it to just go about doing it this way. And you kind of don't want to have any cheap deaths that way, so kind of wise to stay near the middle unless you want to throw people off. Alright, you get stars. Yeah, I might as well just use this now, just because I don't want these guys causing too much trouble. Okay, that should be the end of it. Well, either way, I'm going to toss you this way, just because I don't need you killing me. And also the good thing about, at least one good thing that comes with dying is that at least you not only get invincibility frames, but the enemies end up falling. And off you go. You know what, I don't like you, you caused me to die. And I end up getting 2 for the price of 1 there. And for some reason we end up in a Japanese restaurant. Why? I have no idea. I mean, the atmosphere in this place isn't really all that I guess isn't really all as well drawn out as they are in the arcade games, you know, because there's a big difference between NES and arcade, but I thought the arcade game did a really good job with, you know, providing Metro City as an atmosphere. I mean, just with the backdrops and the way they had the people set up there, I thought they did a pretty good job with it. And then, so I think in Final Fight 3 you can actually go into buildings too, and then just end up meeting different people and going into like different areas of Metro City. So I know there is one boss fight that takes place in a Chinese restaurant, which is actually a pretty unique boss fight, and then there's another one that takes place in a factory, and then another one in the docks, and there's all sorts of things you can work with there. And this one we actually want to take his offer. But since he is a samurai, he kind of believes in honor, and he doesn't really believe in beating people when they're worn down. This guy's a little bit different in that he will move up and down with you, but you kind of want to, and just like before, you want to wait until he charges at you, and then just get your shots in that way. Yeah, see, that's the problem when he decides to corner you like that. Or when you end up not getting the shot off. And then right when he loses around half his health, or right when he goes down to about half health, he's gonna end up doing this new attack. Yeah, I need to get out of the way here. Yeah, I really don't remember how to fight this guy in this form. Okay, yeah, that's what I need to do. Is I just need to get over to one end and then just take him out that way. Alright, go ahead and get over here. Okay, somehow caught him in the middle there. Don't know how that worked, but I'll take it. And unfortunately I failed there. Alright, well one more should do it. Alright, well that didn't go the best, but I did end up making it through round 4. Okay, well I somehow end up getting a bonus stage. Oh no, I guess I pays to get killed in that part. Let's see, it's a little bit different in that the barrels just fall, or some of them fall, and then some of them still come from the side just like before, and just like before you do want to stay in the middle. I mean, that's really the easy way to go about doing this. And we should be approaching the end. Alright, well at least I'm back up to 9 lives, so I got that going for me.